What is going on, everybody? I hope your start of season grind has been good. I've just been playing as much as I can. I think the first day I got like 4 hours of sleep, and the second like 6, and then last night I got like a full 8 hours, so it was very much needed. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying your grind as well. Now, this video I have a very good game, and also it's the opponent was able to get the marksman Freya and I was not, and he was also able to get the upgrade slot to get to 10 out of 10 capacity, and I did not have that. But we ended up, I guess this video is going to be more about like positioning and stuff like that, and show you guys how you can win even when the other person gets the synergies or the upgrades. And yeah, so we'll get into it. Also, he was able to obtain a 3-star Freya, and ours was only level 2. Now, one big thing I want to note on the marksman Benny, you see where I have my hole placed right there? That is what I found to be the best spot just for the starting rounds. If you put it right there, like that team was an assassins, and sometimes you'll get unlucky, but it is what it is. But that spot is definitely good, because if they're coming from the far right side, they will still have to make a turn and go into it. And then if they put their heroes on the left side, you will usually get one hero as well that way. And anytime doing marksman Benny, you want to make sure you keep the commander at a low level at the start and try to get a 3-star Miya or a 3-star Moskav, because as you'll see later, that is probably one of the main reasons we ended up winning, was because our core heroes were rightly leveled. So even though we didn't get a 3-star Freya, we got the heroes that you can usually get 3-star every time, which is like the Miya or a Moskav, just depending on how your rolls go. Now here, that guy who got the endless battle is actually the one that will be our main competitor, and so there he one-upped us on items already. So, and that's pretty much how it's going to be this whole game. We're just going to be a little bit hit points off getting the items, the synergies, but that's why this is going to be such a good game. Also, it just happened that this was my last game to get to Mythic, and on this account, I actually found this account on my game center, and I'll be turning this one into my main. And I was able to get to Mythic with a 98% win rate, and that's getting like top 3. So that's, I mean, still pretty sick. I'm going to try to keep the count at like probably high 80s to 90 if I can. But yeah, so when I finished this, it was at 98%, which is just, yeah, pretty crazy. So the starting rounds, guys, doesn't really matter too much if you win or lose. In the end, you almost want to be a little bit lower on hit points, so that way you have a higher chance to get the items, get the synergies, and hopefully get that upgrade to 10 of 10 slots. Because if you don't find a marksman synergy, you can still get to 6 marksmen if you get that upgrade. So here at the start, we're still keeping our commander at level 5. That's important. Don't move on to level 6 if you can, if your hit points is high enough. Yeah, don't go to 3 fighters, 3 marksmen, because that's going to make it a lot harder for you to get this 3-star Miya. And you can see that I just kept rotating my shot, but I didn't upgrade, and now I was able to obtain the 3-star Miya. And this is our competitor, and you can see that he went to level 6 commander instead of trying to get copies of that Miya. And that is why we are able to beat him when he is at capacity level 6 and we are only at level 5. But now I'm going to upgrade because I do have her at 3 stars. It's like basically get a 3-star and move on is kind of how I look at it. And that's just really going to help you out late game so much. Also guys, I forgot to mention that I moved the hole back to the center. And that was actually right after the first fate box. So right when I spread my team just a little bit, I put it in the middle. But all the rounds before the first fate box, I like to have it in that position, one over to the left. And that just, I feel like that's the best, and it gives me the most copies. And in this stage, when I'm still trying to find the Aurora, I like to have my team like this, just grouped up in the corner. It's going to hopefully draw them into that hole. But it mainly comes online once you get the Aurora. And you see how I had the Franco position in that spot. He was able to grab the Chang'un and get a copy of her. So placement is definitely big at the start if you want to use Benny to the best of your ability. So let's see what we got here. Okay, looks like I went for the Aurora so that way I could get my Northern Vale going and get some income. And of course I find her right in the shop there right afterwards, which is kind of unusual, but it is what it is. And I think we're just going to wait this round and then upgrade, because if we threw the Aurora in, we would either take away the marksman bonus or the fighter bonus, and we did not want to do that. But we ended up getting an Alucard there anyway, so we got some extra gold. And you can see how effective the 3-star Miya is, guys. She really carries you all the way up until the end. She's just what I call her a free hit Miya, because she is always doing hits in the back, and unless you're versus like an assassin team. But even then, if she is 3-starred and has some decent items, she can usually withstand them. Also Purify, guys. The skill Purify is so great because once you obtain that, you can throw her in the far corner and you don't have to worry about the Franco's hooks, because it'll hook you and the Purify will activate and it'll allow you to, she'll stay in the same spot. You know, she won't be hooked and instantly get focused on. So Purify spell is really, really good.
Why don't we go steal the enemy base next?
Okay, I think the game is going to get interesting now, because I think this is when the other player obtains the marksman synergy and we do not. And sorry if I sound a little tired, guys. I've just been going all out on trying to get as much MMR as I can right at the start. And the leaderboards are still messed up, so I don't even really know where I'm at. But I wanted to make sure I put some time aside to get this video out. And yeah, the last rounds here are going to be pretty exciting. Okay, so I got the third item, and here I moved the Purify over so that way Miya could have 3 items and basically have all the power. So when I did that, I switched the spot with Aurora, so that way if it's still denying their hook, basically. And the positioning, how I have them, is probably, I mean, I found it to be the best. And okay, looks like he doesn't have the synergy here yet. I think he gets it at the next box. Yeah, so the positioning I have is what I really, really like, because that, it just makes it so your team is very spread out. and lots of the times you can get a few heroes into the hole. Now that team had Purify also, so when I hooked I wasn't able to grab them, and sometimes that it just is what it is. So I think we're able to knock this guy out here, which is good because he was also using a Northern Vale build, and now our heroes are just, we have a little bit more chances to upgrade them. But yeah, so this is where it's going to get interesting. See, we purified the Franco's hook there, and I think this is where we lost because he does have the 6 marksman. No, okay, we actually won here. So he must get it at this one. Yep, so he gets the upgrade slot. And here I go for the elf synergy, which is really helpful, guys, because as soon as you find that Irithel, and I got pretty lucky with her being in the shop right then and there, you can put the elf synergy onto Freya, and she will actually do a decent amount of damage with that. And it's just going to make her a little bit tankier, and obviously it's going to buff Miya pretty well. So if you don't find a marksman synergy, definitely go for the elf synergy. I would say if it's like the first fate box, pick an item if you can over the elf synergy. But as the game progresses, like if you're at that stage, go ahead and get the synergy. If you already have like 3 items on your core hero, Miya or Moskav, or you could do Claude, just whatever your preference is. So this is where we go against him, and since he got that upgrade, now he has 6 of 6 marksmen, and I do not. But due to the better leveling, we were able to beat him there. And I think this is where he not only gets a 3-star Freya, but he gets the synergy on her. And you can see that I'm looking at his positioning there. I'm seeing where exactly he's hooking from, where his Freya is at, and I will reposition accordingly. See what item we get here. So I go for the physical lifesteal, and I'm gonna switch things around a little bit because Miya is the only 3-star right now, so I'm going to put all the items on her, put that lifesteal on her, and hope that she can be the late game carry. And I'm going to switch the Freya positioning right at the very end of the round so he can't see that I did that. And you can see that we're having a little bit of trouble here. So this is definitely going to be a positioning battle. Get a 3-star Moskav, which is really good. And see, I move things around just a little bit to avoid the splash damage if I can. And so now he has the 3-star Freya. But he's still able to win out because he has 6 marksmen in there. And I guess neither of us have the synergy. Sorry guys, I thought that he had the marksman synergy also, but he had 6 marksmen as where I had 3 marksmen. So here I decided to take out my Northern Vale synergy so that way I could have 6 marksmen, and this is what made all the difference, guys. So even if you don't get the upgrade or you don't get the 6 marksmen, you can still have 6 marksmen in there by taking out that Aurora. And now that I was able to make it to this round, I'm able to finally get the upgrade, and now it is an even playing field. except for the fact that he has the 3-star Freya. And he has a bit more power than I do, but I think our item choices were a little better, and you can see how strong Miya is because she's beating out the 3-star Freya, which is really crazy. And there it is. You can see that Miya just ends up on top. She's got great damage. We got the successful win from lower level power. And here you can see at the top 62 win rate, or 62 round winning streak, excuse me. And I will show you the win rate at the end, and it's definitely going to go down a little bit, guys, but here's probably the highest point, you know, the account will ever be, 98%. Thank you.